Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to another Test Drive podcast. I'm your host, Lee Bodette. I'm the host of Test Drive on the YouTube channel, also a radio broadcaster for over 40 years, still doing a Sunday morning radio flea market show on WOKO. You can check that out at WOKO.com. Frontman host, I guess you'd call me, for Sport Car USA, and of course a car enthusiast my entire life. With me today is Scott Nickerson, also from Sport Car USA. Welcome, Scott.
Hello, hello.
Now, we wanted to talk briefly about our big event at Sport Car USA that was held just a couple of weeks ago. And I say a big event, there's actually going to be 4 for the entire summer. We're located in northern Vermont, in St. Albans, Vermont, to be exact on that. But a couple of weeks ago, Sport Car USA had their first showcase of the year. What was that all about, Scott?
Well, so like you said, in the past, this is going to be our 3rd season. And this year we have once a month car showcases, June through August, right? June.
Yeah.
March through August. So our second one is coming up in June, and like you said, we had the first one a couple weeks back where we show off
May was our first.
May. Oh, losing track of the months.
May through August.
May through August.
There we go.
So we have these car showcases where we show off a lot of our inventory, and we invite all the local communities of car folk out, and they get to show off what they have too.
Give a little background on Sport Car USA. I came to the dealership, and dealership I'm talking about is Toyota in St. Albans, Vermont. I've been here a couple of years, going on 3 years. And when I first was hired, I was asked if I wanted to sell Toyotas or if I wanted to sell all types of vehicles. And I pretty much said Toyota because they kind of sell themselves, so it's kind of an easy sale. Right. Not that I'm not working hard selling Toyotas, but it was a no-brainer for me. And then again, when I first started, roughly thereabouts, Adam Luneau, who's our general manager, Scott, and he came up with this idea about muscle cars, selling muscle cars, almost creating a new franchise here in Vermont. So that's pretty much what he did, if we can call it a franchise. But I know Sport Car USA is patented, right? Is that the right word, too?
Yep.
Patented, yeah. So nobody else can use it. And then they just started buying muscle cars. Adam and just about everybody that knew of muscle cars, we would buy them and then sell them, and that would be our expertise, if you will, right. Selling mostly modern muscle cars. We aren't talking 1966 Camaros or Mustangs, but modern muscle cars.
Right. We've dipped into some older stuff. We've had some older, like Firebirds and things like that, but we've tried to stay away from stuff that old because it's a whole different thing. So
yeah, and then it was decided, let's have a showcase of cars once a month, and that's how our showcase got started. We figured we would invite as many people as possible in the public. St. Albans is a really cute little town, and we did our first one a couple years back at our St. Albans location right in the center of town.
It was tiny.
It was very tiny. It's really kind of a cramped space. This year, we went back to it for the first one because it's almost like giving back to St. Albans.
Yep. It's all about the community.
Yeah,
too,
it's right there in the center of town, like I said. So it's kind of cool. Cars driving by, hitting their horns, yelling at you, waving at you. Yep. So that was a couple years ago. This was our first one. Sport Car USA continues to grow and grow and grow, selling cars all over the country and including Australia. I've told you that story before, but people looking for modern muscle cars, Sport Car USA is the place to be. That's no question about that. And as we continue to grow, we wanted to keep these showcases going as well. Mm-hmm. First one was in May. And how'd that setup go?
Yeah, so basically we take, with the downtown lot, like you were saying, it's a little bit smaller, so it's a lot more intimate, if you will.
For sure.
So we have a section of vehicles that's kind of all of our inventory and some of our employees that buy cars, and then we just fill it the rest of the way with anyone who's signed up ahead of time. Could bring their car. There was no charge. It was a free event, but we fill it with all kinds of stuff. We had a pretty good range, I would say, of vehicles that we'll get into later in the episode. But we had one that I can think of, a customer who recently bought a supercharged Mustang GT that we had.
Right.
He just came back, I think, a week after our showcase and bought a Scat Pack Charger too. So
he's the one that did the burnouts right at the end.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah. Not
trying to not
cool.
do
Not cool.
Yeah.
even though everybody loves burnouts,
They're cool.
They are, but
The town doesn't like them.
no, and you never know. Something could get out of hand, out of control. You don't want that liability for sure. So the first one was held a couple of weeks ago and had a DJ,
Yep.
had free food, had free drinks, non-alcoholic, of course.
Right. It's not a good mix.
No. Sharp cars and alcohol does not mix at all. It was a great night. The weather has been very generous the last couple of years. We've only had, I think, one rain out, right?
I know. Whenever we were scheduling these events, I never even thought of rain days, and we got really lucky, except for one day.
Yeah.
And so far, the weather looks great. So.
And what we do, we pick out about a dozen or so of the cars that we have at Sport Car USA in the warehouse, get them all shined up, bring them out. They're already shiny anyhow in the warehouse. And then we have what we call the parade of cars towards the end of the show. We tell specs on the vehicles, anything that we know about the vehicle, where they came from, one owner, drove it on Sundays to church, that kind of thing.
Show them off a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't take these to church that often because they're very loud, most of them. So that would
disturbing the peace.
Yes, that would not go over well on a Sunday or a Saturday morning. So we've got a couple more coming up, and the other three will be at the Handy Cars location off of Highgate Road in St. Albans, exit 20, off Interstate 89. That is a venue that is much larger than the one downtown, correct?
Yeah, we basically have as many cars as however many people want to show up, we can accommodate that number. We definitely had a lot of people at our first event. I think we were estimating upwards of 500 or more. And like you said, that's a pretty small venue. So when we have this whole thing, we basically empty the lots, and we have a Chevy and a Toyota dealership that work together, and we fill the lots with all kinds of cool stuff.
Sport Car USA is based at that downtown location that we've been talking about. And the other location that we're talking about now is a Chevy store and a Toyota store. So they clear both lots out. And this is a huge campus here at Handy. And it's just something to be seen, where people are bringing their own vehicles. It's a huge car show. I mean, that's what it is.
It's a car show without the awards.
No awards. We don't need any awards, anything like that. It's just a fun night, 5 to 8 p.m., usually on a Friday. So people getting out of work, they can pre-register. They can register the day of the event. Mm-hmm. And it's, creamies, burgers, dogs, all kinds of entertainment. And it's just going to be a wonderful, wonderful time. So if you are in the St. Albans area, the third Friday of every month in the spring and the summer, this is something you really want to check out.
Yeah, it's a great time. And like we said, we've seen a wide range of vehicles. It's basically open to everybody. We've had everything from people with modded Honda Civics and Accords to retro, cars from the 30s. We've had Model A's, all kinds of stuff.
One thing we do want to point out, no EVs will be allowed.
Right, internal combustions only. So
that's not that we're against EVs, okay? Because they're coming, they're here, but we just aren't ready. It's a different show, absolutely. This is about modern muscle cars, Sport Car USA. Sport Car USA has sold well over $1 million worth of sport cars, and the running joke around here is that half of them have been purchased by our employees.
Yeah. It's hard not to when you're surrounded by them every day.
That is difficult. That is very,
I know
very
you've
difficult.
had some internal battles with not buying them.
I've had a few. I'm just looking at, across the showroom floor, and it just stares at me, and it's saying, Lee, you need to buy me.
There's a 19 GT350 sitting right in front of your desk right now.
Yeah. Well, right now, Sport Car USA, speaking of, it's not a GT350. Well, it is a GT350. That's right. We have 5 GT350s. The day of this podcast is actually June 1st. And as of June 1st, there are 5 different GT350s in the warehouse.
Yep.
Well, one's up here.
Yeah. We have a lot of GT350s, and we've sold quite a few Challengers. They're some of the more popular ones that we've had. So,
and later on, we're going to get into some interviews. We interviewed a lot of people at the first showcase of the year at our downtown location here at Sport Car USA. So we're going to be getting into that a little bit. Want to remind all of you that if you do have a modern muscle car and you're looking to sell it, get a hold of us. How do they do that, Scott?
You can go right to sportcarusa.com. There's email, phone number, everything like that. Facebook, it's another way to reach out, and we'll connect you to who we need to connect you to.
And obviously, if you're looking for a modern muscle car, go to our website.
Yep, sportcarusa.com. There's all the information on our showcases on there as well, the entry forms. So if you are in the area, definitely come bring your cars.
All right, you guys just get here a little while ago.
Yes, we did.
Have a chance to look around.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anything catch your eye?
Mainly how many Challengers and Chargers are here.
There's a lot of modern muscle here. That's what Sport Car USA specializes in. Anything in particular you're looking for tonight here?
Nope, I got my car down below, and we'll just go with that.
What do you have down below?
I got 2015 Dodge Challenger SRT.
All right, we're going to go down below in a little while. We're going to check it out.
All right.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. All right, we're at Sport Car USA, the showcase event, first one of the season. With me is Ron from Swanton. Ron, I got to tell you, Sport Car USA, this car looks a little bit familiar to me.
Doesn't it? Yes, I bought it from you guys probably about 2 weeks ago.
Tell us about it.
It's a great car. I've had a lot of nice cars. I had a 2020 Ram TRX. I have a 2002 Camaro SS that's boosted. I just decided, hey, you know what? I need a car that I can enjoy and not have to worry about, romping on the motor and the motor going on it or anything like that. Like, this car's got a warranty. The supercharger that's on it's great. It backs the motor up 3 years, 36,000 miles. I'm done with the project, so I'm gonna just get a car that I can enjoy and not have to worry about anything.
How did you hear about Sport Car USA?
So I'm a local contractor in Swanton. We bought a couple vehicles, a couple work trucks from Zach here actually for downtown handies, and you guys always had a really crazy selection of sports cars inside, and I was, what's this about? And I found out you guys do your own little Sports Car USA. You teamed up with Quinton Brothers, and you guys are basically the talk of the town for all your guys' cars here.
So Ron, no more modifications. You're just gonna leave it as it is.
I think I might leave it as it is for now. Enjoy the car. The car's already got some heavy modifications on it already, so why spend more money? The car's honed in, it's tuned professionally right through Roush, so I think it's ready to go.
Ron, we buy and sell sport cars all over the country. How would you rate your experience at Sport Car USA?
Definitely out of the world. 10 all day long. I refer you guys every day to people. I tell people to come here. You guys got a crazy selection of cars. I tell about your guys' own secret warehouse. You guys got all your fancy cars that you guys got. And people are like, where are all these cars coming from? Go downtown to St. Albans, and Sports Car USA is the place to go.
I'm glad you mentioned our secret warehouse, which is at an undisclosed location. I just want to let you know, Ron, there are many other modern muscle cars that you might want to consider.
Oh, absolutely. Make my pockets pour.
Okay, tell us your name and where you're from.
Joe Paradis, that's my wife Judy over there. I'm from Bakersfield.
Joe and Judy, what vehicle did you bring here today?
64 Galaxy 500 XL.
How long have you had it?
About 10, 11 years.
Now, I heard that you have quite a array of cars. You want to tell us about some of them?
Yeah, I've got about 10 cars in the 2 garages up there in Bakersfield. Range from a 31 Model A pickup to 91 Mustang GT, unmolested that is. And I've got a 51 Victoria, a 65 Mustang Fastback, a 66 convertible, 57 Thunderbird, belongs to my wife, and got a couple minis, and I got a Triumph TR3 and a Triumph TR2.
So it seems to me that you're kind of skewing towards Ford and Mercury.
Yeah. Oh yes, I've been a Ford person for since 64, really. I bought one just like this in 64 in Duluth, Minnesota. Took it to Germany with me, sold it over there, and my wife and I, we always wanted another one. We found this one exactly like my other one.
How long have you had it?
About 10, 11 years for this one.
Okay, now I'm going to put you on the spot. You own 10 plus cars. Which one is your favorite?
It's hard to say. I like the Fastback, the GT Fastback, but they're like kids. You can't pick one over the other.
I do. Here at Sport Car USA, tell us where you're from.
From Highgate.
All right. First time you've been to Sport Car USA event?
Yes, it is.
Going to be a big night.
For her, it's the first time. I've been here. I was here just every one last year.
All right. Tell it.
Car shows, but not recently.
Okay. Going to be a lot of fun tonight. Tell us what you brought here.
62 Pontiac Tempest Le Mans, and it's totally custom. It's got a 350 Chevy motor in it, automatic Hurst shifter. It's got heavy suspension in the back, the traction bars, 3/4 cam, racing cam in it. She barks pretty well.
How long have you had it, and what's the story on it? How'd you acquire it?
Well, I bought it from a friend of mine who just wanted to get out of it. He actually rebuilt it, bought it in New Jersey. I've got all the original pictures of it, and the body is pristine. There was hardly any rust on it. And what sold me on it was the style, the body line. I've been to a lot of car shows, and I haven't seen this particular model. Of course, now that I own it, I'll probably see one every week. But I've never seen this particular model at a car show, so that kind of turned me on to it.
Marcia, does he ever let you drive it?
No, that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. You're fine with that?
I'm a rider.
He doesn't like that manual steering.
I don't know that I could do it.
All right. So we've got Chris Blow here from the Islands. Want to be specific about the Islands?
Well, it's South Hero. We're there. It's where I was born and brought up. And I've been there all my life. So
South Hero's beautiful, that's for sure. So, Chris, you brought a Z28. Tell us the year and all about it.
it's a 1971, and it's got an LS7 with 625 horse, set up for nitrous, which I don't need to use, but with a 6-speed T56 standard transmission. Dana 60 rear end in it. It's got the 4-wheel disc brakes, wheel well disc brakes all the way around on it. So it's pretty much it, with a nice paint job. You know, it's got the ghost stripes on it, so it's nice.
How long have you owned it?
I've had it for 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah, the story was, I was just telling him I was getting ready to retire, and I was going to do a project car because I had two 1970s back in high school. And I was like, you know, they're getting expensive, and so we started looking at project cars. And I was like, I didn't really quite have the garage space of the new house. So we got into went from $14,000 to the $20,000 range, and that still wasn't working. So we got into the $30,000 range, and this one popped up.
Is this your first Sport Car USA event?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, who do we have with us?
Hey, I'm Devin Johnson.
Where are you from, Devin?
I'm from Milton, Vermont.
Okay, you're here at Sport Car USA. It's our first showcase event of the year. What are your impressions so far of this event?
I like it. There's a lot of nice cars out here. Always looking to upgrade down the road eventually.
What did you bring?
I brought a 2014 Dodge Charger RT. This is the last year of the all-wheel drive Hemis. And this one is Pro Charge with a 10-pound belt on it for boost. I got water methanol injection, and I put 72-pound-an-hour fuel injectors on it with long tube headers, 3-inch. I know there's more, I just can't think of any.
Where'd you come up with the idea for all this?
So when I was deployed, I was looking for a vehicle to get, and I found this online and asked my dad to go pick it up for me. I sent my power of attorney to go get it in my name, and he got it for me, and while I was over there, I was thinking of things I wanted to do with it. So while I was overseas, I was ordering parts for it to put together when I got back home.
And you're with the United States Army?
I'm with the Vermont Army National Guard. Yep, this is actually right where I work, is right here.
Right here in St. Albans. Well, first of all, thank you very much for your service to our country. And we want to thank you very much for being here today.
Okay, I'm Dennis Sartwell from Franklin, Vermont.
Dennis, looks like a red Corvette to me. Tell us about it.
Okay, it's a 1987 Corvette. I've had it for about 6 years now and done a little bit of work to it, but for the most part, we drive it around and really enjoy it.
Have you ever been a Corvette enthusiast, or is this something that just happened of recent years?
I'm more just an old car enthusiast. Anything old like this, any of the older vehicles, I have been for a long time.
And a lot of people, they have a car like this and they baby it. Not saying that you don't baby it, but you said this is a driver.
Oh yeah, I'd drive it. You know, I wouldn't have something I couldn't drive and enjoy.
And what about the child in the front?
Oh, that's just because I try to make her mind and stay there. But, you know, she likes to run away once in a while.
There you go. All right, Sport Car USA, the first event of the season. And who do I have right here?
So I'm Lance Gartner and my wife Amber Gartner.
Welcome, welcome. And what did you bring to the show today?
We brought a 2020 SRT Durango with a Pro Charger and a 2018 Hellcat Wide Body.
Which one is yours?
The Durango.
All right. Why is the Durango so special to you?
It's the first car that we built, and I think that's what makes it special. Most of the cars I always go to, we don't even see Durangos, so it's pretty cool.
So you built these from the ground up?
No, we bought the Durango as an SRT, and then added the Pro Charger to it.
All right. The Quinton brothers, we know them very well, absolutely, here at Sport Car USA. So is this the first show you've been to here at Sport Car USA?
For Sports Car USA, yes.
What do you think is going to be happening here tonight?
A lot of rowdiness.
Anything else you want to add about the cars you brought?
They're both wrapped. They're his and hers. Both a lot of fun.
All right, you guys get out there and enjoy and get lots to look at here. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've got Tim Gleason here from Fairfax, Vermont. And Tim, I know you've been to the show before. You go to a lot of car shows. What'd you bring tonight?
1967 Chevy Z28 Camaro. And I've had this since 1976, so I lost track of how many years that is, but this is my high school car. And we had it painted just like this, same motor. We've done the center lines, a lot of chrome in here. And my wife's co-owner with it. You don't want to mention that, Deb Gleason. She's at home tonight, but yeah, we really enjoy the shows and just the people.
Thomas from Georgia, Vermont. Thomas, this isn't the typical modern muscle car that we see at Sport Car USA, but that's okay. Everybody's welcome. Tell us about your monster here.
This is a 1986 Toyota 4Runner. We've done paint. Also put a 12-inch suspension lift in it. It's got a 4-inch body lift on 37s. It's got 488 gears, a synthetic rope for the winch. My son did all the orange. The paint in it is actually Rust-Oleum that we're still trying to work on, but it's fun. We enjoy it. We still get it dirty. We're also in the Jeep Club, and then tomorrow we're actually going to get it dirty. So we play and get it dirty and hang out. I love it.
So who came up with the idea for this?
That would be me. This is the fourth one I've owned, and this will be the last one.
Jim, you just picked up a 2023 Corvette.
I certainly did, and I enjoy it.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, it's almost too much for me, to be honest with you, but I ended up going to the Ron Fellows driver training school, and they teach you what that Corvette can do.
So you actually got to be on the track and rev it up a little bit?
Oh, gosh. Better rev theirs than mine, that's all I can say. But no, I really enjoy the car.
We've been waiting for a C8 for a long time, and then you finally found one. And I think it's in torch red, isn't it?
Torch red, the same as yours, Lee.
It's very nice. Anything else you want to add about your car?
I haven't really got that many miles on it, Lee, but this summer if you interview me in the fall, I'll tell you more.
All right, we've got Al Letourneau from Swanton here. Al, what did you bring to the show today?
I brought a 1970 340 Duster.
Give us some history on it. How long have you had it? What'd you do to it?
I've had it about 30 years, rebuilt the engine, 40 over. Used to be a race car, and I put it back to street.
Ever think about selling it? Got any offers?
Not for sale.
Some things just aren't for sale.
No, this is a keeper.
Okay, so just tell us your name, where you're from.
I'm Keith Baker. I live right here in the town of Georgia.
Keith, what did you bring to Sport Car USA today?
This is a 2022 Chevy Camaro. It's the Red Line Edition.
Any modifications to it?
Not yet.
How are you enjoying it?
Oh, it's really great. It's been a blast.
What drew you to this type of vehicle?
I've wanted one for years. I just finally can afford the thing.
I think I was there when you got it delivered. I was looking across the way and I saw you.
Yeah, it was almost a year ago to the day.
Looking forward to seeing all of you at our next Sport Car USA showcase, showcase number 2. Again, that's going to be located on the Highgate Road in St. Albans, Vermont, just off Interstate 89, exit 20. Thank you, Scott, for being with us.
Of course.
And thank you, all of you, for listening to our Test Drive podcast. I'm Lee Bodette, your host, and check out our Test Drive series on YouTube. We'll see you next time on our Test Drive podcast. And remember, let's never forget the men and women serving this great country of ours. Goodbye, everybody.